Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this lovely day. Oh, I just see Amazon is coming through today. Anyway, welcome to the YouTube for today. The video today is July the 1st. It's a good day. It's about oh, it's almost noontime. A little cloudy right now. The sun's out, looking good. Everything is great today. Um, just taking time to take it easy before I do some other stuff around the old place today. Uh, we want you to have a good time, enjoy it, and let's see what we can get into today. Not much going on. The Let me take my glasses off here where I can do this the way I want to. Let's see. Nobody's out. Middle of the day. Most people that are not retired are working, which is the way that it should be. Don't see anybody taking a walk. Um, Everything right now, since it's rained in the afternoon a couple each day, everything the grass is nice and green so far. So far, the only issue we're having is, to me, is that the grounds crew is not uh, doing what they should. I understand that they're changing, but I don't know when they're going to get that done. They haven't cut the lawn here in a couple of weeks. It's getting up high. I hadn't done any trimming, so, but that's another issue that we can go there. Uh, you know, when you're retired, most cases that means that you're a senior, unless you were fortunate enough to make your millions at an early age and do it that way. Um, so you think. Sometimes you're just sitting around and crazy thoughts run through your mind. Well, I don't know if they're crazy or not. That's just sometimes you seem to be a little senile. But the one thing that I want you to remember is this: when you get up to the age that I am, I'm not saying that I'm old. Just because I dated Moses' sister doesn't mean that I'm old. However, you know, um, there's some things I got to thinking about being a senior, what you should do, how should you act. Really and truly, sometimes I don't know how to act because I've never been this old before. By the way, I have a T-shirt that says that, and I wear it from time to time. The best thing to do I found is to talk to yourself. It's important to do that because there are times when you need some expert advice. Now, who knows more than you, right? You've got the experience. Um, you lived all of these years, so you're the person that needs to be talked to find out how to help yourself, what to do. Uh, so so remember that, and also remember being senile is a perk. Yeah, you earned it. You get to this age, being senile, because you know what, you can act, do anything you want to, say anything that you want to. It doesn't matter, you know. People will look at you and they just smile and say, "Oh, that's poor old so and so. He's senile, bless his heart," and then it's over with. So use it as a perk. Being senile is what you really want to do, and earn it. Take it. Uh, I have noticed we're kind of close to an airport here, a small airport, not very big. And oh, wait a minute, there goes one. I was thinking, Now that's the first plane that one of these little small looks like a. My eyes don't blur up on me. It looks like a little Cessna plane. We have student pilots learning to fly, and they'll fly around doing their different maneuvers that they're learning, from that. Uh, One of the local colleges here has a aviation course or school or whatever you want to call it over there. So there are some students that's taking flight lessons, learning to be pilots. Uh, that's where you get your start. You get your license. The first thing you got to do is get your license. Do your solo, then get your hours in, and then go from there. But that's that's what it's up. And then of course sometimes I'll see a corporate plane take off. Of course they're moving much faster, and they're a different type of plane, and they'll take off. You can tell them. Of course they're just moving and are going where they're. This one I just saw go around. I don't know if it's doing touch and goes or whatever. If it's doing that, I should see it come around a little bit later and everything. Um, you know, I was noticing the other day. I woke up, was wanting to get dressed. A lot of times, I wear the same clothes most of the time. It seems like I do, but what people don't understand is that I can wear something today, and then right before I go to bed or first thing in the morning, sometime I can wash it, uh, uh, dry it, and have it ready for the next day. It's clean, looks clean, is clean, smells okay. You know, I used to say years ago that I knew when it was the weekend because all the doors, closet doors, had something hanging on it that I worn during the week. That was back when I was working. I'd hang my clothes up on the corner of the door, like they do. So when all the doors was filled up, okay, it's weekend, time to take them all down, run them to the laundry, and see what we can do from there. So anyway, it's just easy to do and to get with it. Um, don't see anybody out walking. I did see one person go by just a few minutes ago that was walking its dog. I didn't recognize. It got by me. I just saw the tail end of it. Didn't recognize the dog. Usually, I can tell more by the dog than I can sometimes as who the person is. So, that works out. That's fine. Going back, talking, it just dawned on me, going back talking about what's in style, you know, the style that I use is whatever fits. You know, if you could still get into the clothes, that's what's in style, far as I'm concerned. I went through my closet the other day, and there were shirts in there that I cannot wear again. Uh, don't plan on wearing them. They're too tight. Uh, in case you're wondering, want to send me a shirt, I wear a jumbo petite, so remember that. But but anyway, uh, I went through and everything in there that I had not worn within the last year, I just threw away, and I don't. Uh, I don't need a bunch of dress stuff. I don't dress up or go somewhere and that type of stuff. I go as much casual as I can, still looking presentable. That's the main thing there. Uh, that's just like, what people talk about, people getting mad, getting upset, getting all of this. The thing about it is if they tell you need anger management, you know, you know, quit getting them. that's kind of like going along with a senile thing. If you're doing senile and doing weird things, like anger management. Really and truly, I don't need any anger management. What I need is for people to quit irritating me. If that would happen, then my anger management is under control and taken care of. From there. Uh, my people skills are just fine. It's your intolerance for idiots that needs work. You know, I get along well. You know, it's just idiots I can't put up with. I guess it's the best way of putting that. Uh, I just saw a bluebird. It I don't know if it's got a nest in the top of the outside lights that light up at night, but it just dropped down to the ground. It usually drops down, gets an insect or something that it has spotted, and then it flies off with it, from that standpoint. So uh, it's getting good. Life is good. Um, I'm I'm in a period of time that I don't do as much during the day. Of course, it's summertime. Um, we call this, those of you that may know, we call this the dog days of summer. The next 6 to 7 weeks is it's going to get hotter. Not too sure. We're getting into I'm sure we're getting into the season for hurricanes. Um, so don't I haven't seen any notice of any. I've looked for the Caribbean and seen look for any waves coming off the African coast that could be coming across and building comes across that warm water and builds up intensity and turns into a hurricane, and then we end up getting it. So, just noticed it's getting a little cloudy. Uh, might have some rain here later on. We've been getting those afternoon uh, thunder showers for a while. Got a pretty good one yesterday, so that works out fine. Uh, let's see what else we're wondering about. Uh, all the trees, what trees we have here in the complex, they're mostly pines and pines and water oaks. Uh, Water oaks are good, but anybody that's been around water oaks know what I'm talking about. They just shed leaves everywhere, and it's just a constant battle over the nice shade. Uh, I just noticed the lady sitting out. There's a couple of lawn chairs, wooden lawn chairs they have. She was sitting out there for a little bit. Don't know who it is. Couldn't see that clear. And then on the other side, back to the right a little bit, there's a blue chair, a metal chair. They've got one on this end next to my apartment, one on the other end there, and people come out there and sit. It's shaded and it works out great. Last week, I think it was last week, I saw a gentleman that when I woke up in the morning, he was out there laying down, I guess sleeping on uh, the the blue bench there, and he was still there around. Uh, he was still there around uh, noontime, up until about 2 o'clock or so, and don't know why he was out there, but he looked like he was just sleeping. He did get up at one point, walked around the side of a building there. I don't know if he went into a building or come back with a paper bag. I know what he might have done. He might have walked over to a convenience store next door and bought something, brought it back in the bag. So I don't know. Haven't seen him since. Don't know if he lives here. Don't know what the deal is or anything like that. but he was surely there. Uh, let's see here. What else we got here that we can think about? Uh, is let's see. I had some things in my mind that I was going to talk about. You know, you keep telling yourself, "Oh man," like when I go to the grocery store. Oh, I should write that list down. I should write that down. And you keep telling one of the biggest lies you tell yourself is, "Oh, I can remember that." Then you get there and you just don't remember what it was. You're sitting there. You might have you got four things that you came to get. You get three of them and you can't think of that fourth one to save your life until you know until you get home and as you turn off the keys to the car and you get out, it popped in your head. Oh, I needed that. It was something that, that you really needed. And, am I going to go back and get it? Maybe. It depends. Most of the time, no. I just do without it and still don't write it down. But um, that's just the way things are from that standpoint. Uh, Another thing is like being on time. Uh, my daughter, my daughter's that way. I love her to death. I always tell her that she we went to the hospital that morning about 7 o'clock, and uh, my phone just went off on a notice, and I looked over to see what it was. I can't see it, but anyway, we got in there about 7 in the morning, and she wasn't born until about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I I told her that she come into the world late and been running late ever since. I remember her parents came strolling into the hospital along about 7 o'clock. They knew we'd been there most of the day. And they just said, "Well, I said, "Well, you're late. The baby's already born. It was born sometime about an hour ago." And so, but anyway, you love them. You care about them. And that's a bit, kids, kids, they may move out of your house, but in some respect, they never get out of your pocket. Sometimes, I guess maybe the kids get out of your pocket, and then the kids go out the front door, and the grandkids come in the back door. The grandkids, well, that's a different story. Well, you know how we love them, and really take care of them from that standpoint there. So it works out fine from that standpoint. So, but I don't know. Life's something else. This is not life is not a rehearsal. This is it. This is the real thing. None of us none of us have any experience from the future. We don't know what the future is going to bring us. All our experiences from the past, and you know, it and that's how it is. So we have to, as I said, and one thing you notice, uh, you go in like I go into the grocery store. Sometimes I go fairly early in the morning, like to get in, get out, and get home, and before the heat or whatever. And you notice people, what are all these old people doing in here? Lord have mercy. And then you think, well, heck, that includes me. Me too. Because I'm just, most of them I think, hey, I'm younger than them. And in reality, most of them I'm probably older than them. But again, it's life. Um, let's see here. But you know, the one thing, it's like the one thing that really that has changed the meaning of is, and I got some thoughts on that'll be for another another time. Is but when you say one for the road, that usually means you go take a leak, go pee before you go, because if you don't, as soon as you get where you're going or before, you're going to have to stop and do your business. So when you say one for the road, sometimes that takes on a whole new meaning for a senior, for a person older. I know my kidneys and bladder has a time schedule of their own, and so that's what it's all about. Uh, Not sure how long this video has been running. Gonna try to keep them fairly short. Try to do more of them. Uh, I just want to uh, give you thoughts and everything that's going in. So with that, I'm going to shut it down. Uh, Thank you for coming. Be sure to like and subscribe. Uh, I could use the logarithms from it, and I would appreciate you visiting. Comment below. It's always good to hear what you have to say and any suggestions. It's just me having fun. That's all that it is, just plain and simple from that. So until the next time, peace, good luck, and keep on trucking.